Now before I do that, there's one important thing I forgot to do, and show you this configuration of the FCX, which is actually very important. So let me telnet into my FCX switch here and show you the running config that I'm using to get this up and running. As you can see, it's very short, it's very simple, right? So I created two VLANs. Well, obviously the VLAN, the default VLAN 1 is there, and I didn't touch that. I created a VLAN called VLAN 10, and I created another VLAN here called VLAN 20. Now, if you remember, let me go over here to the picture of my network. I created, assigned this port 10 to VLAN 10 so that I can connect the DHCP server here, so that I know that anything connected to VLAN 10 will get IP address from this DHCP server here. And likewise, I did over here the same thing. On port 20, I made this a member of VLAN 20, connected a different DHCP server to this VLAN 20 so that I know that anything assigned to VLAN 20 will get an IP address from a different range. And that's what I kind of did here. If you look very closely here, VLAN 10, right, is untagged Ethernet port 10 is a member of VLAN 10. Same thing here, untagged Ethernet 20 is a member of VLAN 20. So the next thing you got to remember too, what I did is that this Ethernet port 2 right here on the FCX is connected to the uplink of the 7131 access point. So the 7131 access point is connected to port 2 on the FCX. So I'm going to go over here to my configuration. What I did is that I made port number 2 on the FCX a tagged member of VLAN 10. Likewise, tagged Ethernet port 2 is also a member of VLAN 20. And then, lastly, if you look down here, I made sure that interface Ethernet 2, right, this is where the access point is connected, is configured for dual mode, right, so that it will still use, remember when you configure this as dual mode, it will use VLAN 1 as the native VLAN, but it will still use VLAN 10 as a tagged VLAN and VLAN 20 as a tagged VLAN. And that is it. As long as you got that configured, the test is ready to commence. And that was all I really changed on the FCX. So next I will be taking you through to the client configuration as well as the radius server configuration for this test.